Hello, my name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for November the 12th, I believe, 2020. I'm talking to you from the past because this is the future. And I was just surprised to find that Roguelike Radio had put out another couple of episodes. One pretty interesting on magic systems, and one, let's say, a little bit less interesting on the roguelike celebration. Now, I shouldn't say it's that uninteresting, because now I want to go look up some of the videos for that came out online. I was too late to actually, watch them in person. I think if I had the time and I could sneak away from my wife a little bit, then possibly it would have been fun to watch them and maybe participate in some of the things that they had for that in real time. I think the interesting one that I saw, or that they talked about, was they made sort of a mud, right, for interacting with people. So they basically had a virtual conference space of some kind. So that's really pretty interesting, and it'd be fun to have seen what that was like. But I missed it. So now I want to get to the point where I watch it, basically. And so I'd like to go off and watch that pretty soon. But I'm also making some pretty good progress on this. So this is maybe 2 weeks before this actually will air. And I've got the first few done for the month of November. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, since I'm basically halfway done with November and it's still October. So yeah, I'm thinking I might be able to get the entire month done, which will be fun. It has been pretty hard. I don't know about you, but I've been working extra during the fun times, basically because all of the stuff that worked previously, when I did things in person, does not, and so I have to try to build resources that work remotely, and they don't. Well, some of them do. I've got one class that works really, really well with the old material, just slightly modified, and I was able to use this as an excuse to update some materials over the summer and get some things done that I'd wanted to get done for a long time. So that was pretty nice. But that is not, and so that's fine. But the other stuff I'm doing has gotten harder, and I've had to redo things, which makes it time consuming. So going through and watching all those roguelike celebration things might be bad. It might put a crimp on this. I also have one thing that I've been putting off that hopefully I can just get rid of, but I highly suspect that I've got a bunch of people who've already registered for something and I haven't been doing anything to organize it. So I might have some issues. Some time issues, really. Getting on the phone and calling people and begging and stuff like that. But I'd really love to get a little bit of time to do stuff like that. I mean, another thing with roguelike radio that, I wish I'd had time for was, I just said that it would surprise me that they showed up with a couple of episodes, right? Been waiting for episodes for, I'm not sure, it might have been an entire year, right? And I just haven't seen them, and because they haven't put them out, right? And I remember looking at Reddit some time ago and seeing them sort of beg for people to help out in different ways, editing the podcast, hosting the podcast, and stuff like that. And you'd think, since I don't just do this, I have a podcast on physics. You would think that I'd be good for something like that, but I didn't volunteer when I saw the Reddit post, and apparently not a lot of other people did either. But I mean, it depends what the issue is. Is it the editing, or is it the recording that's the problem? And I'm not sure how they do things at Roguelike Radio. I mean, I should have paid more attention with the roguelike devs subreddit, but I didn't. Should have also picked up their editing guide, because editing is what takes up the most time on my podcast, right? Well, that and reading the papers, right? But it's still a lot of work. But if I were to not be the expert guy for once, then maybe it wouldn't take up as much time. But you can tell that I'm not really the eloquent speaker that you need for an established and meaningful podcast like Roguelike Radio. So, yeah, I'm not completely sure how to proceed on that one. I've already not volunteered, so I can continue not volunteering. I'm pretty good at not volunteering. I've not volunteered for a lot of things in my life. People that have a problem are the people who keep ending up volunteering anyway. So, I'm not one of those guys. So, we'll see. What's yellow? Fire immunity. Very good. And gray. Life. Okay. Yeah, I also am now jonesing for working on my own roguelike again. Last time it stopped because I started out doing sort of the thing that broke the last one. Thought maybe if I started out with it, it would make it easier to get through it if I designed around multiple spaces. But that didn't seem to work out very well for me either. Okay, I've been bad. Talking too much. I'm on depth 5 and I have a leftover door key from depth 2. Maybe. Let's see what J is. Lightning. Okay, well, yeah, there's no, it's a lost opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't waste time trying to get it back, you know? So, anyways, I really have a bunch of things actually now I want to do, and I've started a couple of them. I don't know if that's a good idea, because I don't really know when things will get busy again. And there's a good chance they're not busy, only because I'm ignoring something that I shouldn't be ignoring. So, we'll find out what's going on. What did I drop? I don't want to drop the health charm. I'm going to drop the door key. I'll apply the health charm, because it looks like that's a good idea. Oh, crap. Okay, so okay, so anyways, it sounded really interesting to, one of Darren Gray's previous talks sounded really interesting. I don't think I saw it. I definitely have watched some of those talks. Right, the speed run for NetHack is one I definitely remember. And And so probably several others I've seen as well. Some weird procedural story stuff. That was fun. In fact, I was trying to make some kind of procedural story thing for the last attempt of the roguelike. Marginally based on that, and marginally based on my very poor understanding of story structure. You know, it's fun to see those kinds of ideas, right? So you know, it would be nice to get a little bit of time. Maybe I'll do this later. That's so many things that I want to do. Got myself deaded. Should have thrown those things. Still didn't have very many things on this one. Oh well. Pretty poor run. Partially because I was so busy talking about other things. I completely missed Vault. I even went through and got the key and then just said, okay, I'll go away. And I handled this wrong, being stuck with the jackals. The jackals, because they're faster, I assume, just ate through the nets. Well, I couldn't do anything. Probably they also do more damage than, you know, that dagger. I am on depth 6 and have one staff of lightning as a weapon, which I should have used, but yeah, I'm a moron. All right, so that's it for today. You have a great time, and why don't you check out those roguelike radio episodes? I mean, I've listened to all of them in the car at some point, and you know, they vary in quality, but they're mostly pretty interesting. So it's kind of fun to listen to them talk about different things. Bye now.